Hello everyone, it's my pal. My name's Joe. I run the channel Tirlun. I'm creating this video to help introduce myself a bit better to you guys, explain what I'm trying to do and what my plans are going forward, and hopefully answer some questions as well. The name of the channel is pronounced properly as Tirlun, but at the same time, if you call it Tirlun or even Tirlun, it doesn't matter. It's a different language, and I'm not going to get angry at anyone for saying it wrong. So the name of the channel, literally, it means landscape in Welsh. Now, normally in Welsh, the word for landscape is tirwedd. Tir means land, and then wedd is a soft mutation of gwedd, which means the outside surface of something, and that literally means the shape of the land, the physical form of the land. Tirlun is a bit more of a rare word, and it's made of tir, which means land, and then llyn, which means an image, and it can mean a representation of a landscape, but it can also mean the sort of mental conception of the landscape, the stories, the way that we approach the landscape itself. And also, because llyn means pictures, it also means pictures of the landscape, which is quite good at encompassing everything that I'm trying to do. So a little bit about myself. My name's Joe. I'm from Colwyn Bay originally in North Wales. I didn't really speak Welsh growing up. I grew up in a non-Welsh speaking family, and there wasn't really an atmosphere to use it outside of school, so when I left at 17 I didn't really speak any at all. When I was 17 I moved to China to learn Chinese. I got a degree in Lampeter in Chinese, and I lived there for most of my early 20s. I'm a fluent Mandarin speaker, or I was anyway. It's a bit rusty now. I decided to come back and I decided to do an MBA in international business in Bangor University. I decided to learn Welsh, which I have to a reasonably fluent level. I work in it sometimes, and I also tried to set up my own business after graduating from Bangor University. It was to do with language learning. It was a startup. We'd worked out a way of sort of optimising that language learning process by approaching vocabulary and grammar in terms of frequency. It didn't really work out. We didn't manage to get investment, but since then I worked in a VR company. I worked there doing operations, and now this is my full-time project as of December this year. And this is my dream, actually. I love languages, I love place names, and I love walking around and being outside. I'm trying to make a living out of it. I'm trying to make a living out of doing what makes me happy and what I'm good at. So Tirlun is about place names, fundamentally, in Wales and the rest of the world. I find place names particularly fascinating because of how closely tied into our identities they are. You know, when we introduce ourselves to people from other places, the first thing we say is our name, and then the second thing we say is where we're from. And there's so much tied into that, you know, our language, our history, our culture, our identities, how we see the rest of the world and how we interact with the land around us, that I think it's absolutely fascinating to unpack those, and I've not really seen anyone else do it. So I thought, you know, let's do it. Let's set up a channel talking about place names specifically. The channel is available on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok and YouTube. I try to post once a day. So the reason why I do small places and large places is because I believe that everywhere kind of has something to say, right? If I only focused on large cities for the views and the clicks, I'd feel a bit disingenuous and inauthentic, right? The thing is that everywhere is home to somebody. Everywhere is a special place for somebody out there. And if I can work out the story or something interesting to say about a place, then I'm more than happy to make a video about it. So I started this in November and it's going quite well. My ultimate goal is to explain every place name in Wales. And it's a little bit tongue-in-cheek, but I mean every reasonably large settlement, river and hill over a certain height in Wales. Otherwise I'd be there forever. But I'm planning to cover as much of Wales as I can, but also planning to explore a little bit of the rest of the world. I've started doing some research on projects in Cornwall and Brittany, Ireland, the Isle of Man, the Netherlands, and a little bit in Greece as well, actually. But because of what I'm doing, well, people have got place names for everywhere, so I can go anywhere. Now, I do almost all of my videos on foot because I believe that, you know, it's like a form of pilgrimage, right? If you go to a place in a car, I don't feel like you entirely understand why a place is there. I think that in order to really understand a place, you have to go by foot. That's not to say I don't take the bus sometimes, though. Now, there's another big project that I'm working on as part of Tirlun, and it's to do with pilgrims' coins and a treasure hunt. So I'm really excited about it. It's going to be huge. It's going to be very exciting, but I'm not quite ready to talk more about it yet. It should be ready to go early summer. Another thing I'm working on is books. I've nearly finished the first one. I'm basically writing a series of books that explain the place names of each cantref in Wales. They're 50 to 80 pages long. The digital version will be available first, a printed version if people are interested, and patrons get access to all of them for free, so consider signing up. Lastly, I'm also working on long-form YouTube content, so videos like an hour long. The first one, I'm planning on doing the Pilgrim's Trail, which is a long walk through Wales, from Holywell all the way down to Penllyn, to Ynys Enlli, Bardsey Island. It'll be an exciting one, a bit more behind the scenes, a bit more of the walking and talking as well as the place names, but that should be coming out by the summer as well. Firstly, a huge thank you to my Patreons. I hugely appreciate you helping me make this happen. Even if it is at the moment just covering things like bus tickets and food on the road, it really does mean the world to me. I'd also like to thank everyone who likes and shares and comments positively on my videos. It really makes it worth getting up in the morning. I hugely appreciate waking up and seeing people enjoying what I'm doing and sharing my interest in toponymy in place names. So, diolch, thank you to everyone. I hugely appreciate everything. If you want to support me on my quest to explain every place name in Wales and a lot more abroad as well, I hope, then you can join my Patreon. The link's in the description. And you get quite a few things. I've updated it recently. I've got a list here. I can't remember it off the top of my head, so apologies for reading. You get access to a yearly meetup. You get the ability to make requests for town names and have your name featured in them. So if you want the esteem of your people, you can be a Patreon and be part of that. You also, I will write you a moliant, which is like a traditional Welsh poem, originally written for bards for their patrons. I'm not going to promise you it's very good, but I'll do my best. You get access to all the digital versions of my current and future books for free, which saves you a fair bit of money. You also get entry into a special area of the Discord, so we've got a bit of a community building up, talking about place names and geography and history and language, that kind of thing. It's very positive. You get access to behind the scenes stuff, so you get to see me, I don't know, lost in a swamp and sweating on a hill and all the fun stuff like that. You also get access to my board of patrons along with your poem featured on my website, so you can put it in your CV as immortalised by the bards. You also get my deep thank you, of course, and I'm fairly sure that becoming my patron makes you more attractive to your preferred sex. Anyway, diolch, thank you. You can find all the links in my bio. Have a good one.